Hey everyone, Matthew here at Earthworks Gardens in Jacksonville, Northeast Florida. If you're watching from afar, this bush in front of me is one of my new favorites. They've been out for a couple years now. I try not to get too excited about new introductions because we never know what they're going to do until we've used them in the field, used them on our landscape jobs, until we get feedback from our customers after several years of them having them in their gardens here. But these are performing very well by and far. This is a nice evergreen shrub, and as you can see, this is kind of its natural form. It had probably been pruned lightly at the farms, but you can see this kind of loose, airy, almost dare I say, fluffy appearance, very soft. It adds a lot of elegance to the garden, and not only does the texture appeal to a lot of people, the brightness of this green, this yellow-green foliage. Now, the more sun they get, the more yellow they will be. The less sun they get, the more green they will be, but it's still a very light green compared to most of the greens that we see in the garden. So when putting together a landscape, sometimes it's real easy just to get this sea of green. And you may have 3 or 4 different plants in there, but they all look the same because they're all the same shade. You throw one of these in and automatically it stands out against the backdrop of that wall of green. So sprinkling these in here and there as focal points is a great way to bring some interest to the garden. These also look good in mass, and they can be focal points. These can be trained into small miniature looking trees. The largest ones I've seen maxing out maybe around 5 feet or so. But with that said, they can be kept at any height. You can keep them at 1 foot, 2 foot, 3 foot, 4 foot. They're very versatile. They take pruning and shaping very well, but if left to their own, they take on a nice little miniature tree form where you can come in here underneath and take out some of this lower branching and foliage and expose the trunk and create like a tree form. And we're gonna flash an image here at the end. We're gonna get some B-roll here, and I'm gonna show you a Sunshine Ligustrum that I planted over 3, I think going on 4 years ago now, when these first arrived, when we were first trialing them here. I planted one here in the garden, and I've shaped it up and pruned it up into like a little tree. I know it's kind of dark underneath this Sunshine Ligustrum. It's bright and sunny on the outside, but this is one that I planted about 4 years ago. It's actually technically 3, but 2 of them have really grown in well together to create this unified canopy. But you can see how I exposed the trunks up in here nice and clean. I have a little bit of trimming to do here soon, but I'm keeping the underside nice and clean, and then we're gonna do a shot here where you can see the top of it and see the canopy. It's really lovely. So these are nice as a standalone focal point, but like I mentioned earlier in the video, you can also keep them really small, tight and tidy with very little maintenance. Make comments here in the comment section. Check out all of our Facebook or Instagram posts. We have a lot of gardening tips for you guys, a wealth of knowledge. Check it out. I'll see you guys next time.